Hi everybody, I'm Bruce Vonder Haar. Welcome to Take 10. This is a TV program in cooperation with the Joplin Globe, Jet 14, and Joplin Schools. Today we're very pleased to be joined by the new boys head basketball coach at Joplin High School. He is Jeff Williams. It's great to meet you. We just met a couple minutes ago, and first thing I want to say is welcome to Joplin, Missouri, and Joplin High School. How's it been since the hiring process? I know it's been a lot going on, but can you sum it up quickly how it's gone for you in the last couple of days?
Well, it's been a hectic week, leaving a school that I've been at 27 years. But the welcoming that I'm getting into Joplin High School and the community here has just been overwhelming, and it feels very nice to be a part of this, and I'm so excited about being the basketball coach for Joplin next year.
And you're no stranger to Joplin. You've got family here, your parents, you've got siblings scattered out throughout Joplin, so this is kind of a second home for you anyway, so you're kind of coming home to your family.
It really is. I had an older brother tell me, Bruce, that my father's 80 years old, and he's doing very well, and he just loves athletics. I've come from a large family, and you'll probably get into that in a minute, but he is so excited. My oldest brother said, I think I put 5 to 10 years on my father's life, so that's pretty rewarding to do.
Absolutely. You're coming from Chanute, Kansas. You said that you've been there for 27 years, 15 years as the basketball coach, a lot of success, over 200 wins. You've been to the state playoffs. You've won some SEK championships there. So talk about your days at Chanute and what those meant to you and just some of the things you remember about Chanute.
When I took that program over, Bruce, it was a difficult situation. They had not won very much, and we started working that, and it took a while to get it where we wanted it to go. But we did have a lot of success there. We won 3 SEK titles there while I was there in those 15-year stints. We went to the Final Four in Kansas 3 different times, 2 third places and a 4th place, and that was very gratifying. Those were some great years, and had some wonderful kids there, and the community bought into that, and it happened because we worked with the youth, and that was the success we had there. But some great years. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm really looking forward to building the same situation here in Joplin.
So, Coach Williams, why Joplin? When this job came open, what made you say that's the job I want? What is it about Joplin?
Several things. The eagle on your shirt. What better mascot can you have than a Joplin eagle?
Yeah.
But seriously, though, Joplin has 3 middle schools feeding this high school, and I think that's a real plus for them. And I think that this community is a very supportive community. I've watched the Missouri Southern. I've watched Joplin High School. My little brothers played here when it was Joplin Parkwood. There's something about the community of Joplin. Not only that it's a wonderful town and community, but there's something that has always intrigued me about it, and I feel like Joplin, I've told I use the same analogy several times, but I think it is a diamond in the rough. I think that this town is ready to blossom and excel in sports as well as academics, and I think they've done a great job. The principal of Carrie Saketa, Dr. Saketa, was just named Principal of the Year in the state of Missouri. That's a real exciting thing, to think that they have something like that here at their high school, as well as their football teams picked it up, and they're starting to win there, and we're going to try to get right in hand with that with Coach Buckmaster and work hard with Coach Buck. And we're going to get our weightlifters and our kids that play football hopefully out for basketball, and our basketball kids to play football and help each other to be successful.
It's very important to kind of share kids and to do that. Okay, I asked you why you picked Joplin. Why did Joplin pick you? What is it about you that fans and people getting to know you shouldn't like? What qualities are you going to bring to this high school?
I hope they picked me because I'm a winner. Winning's been a big part of everything I've done, whether it's been in basketball or I've had some hands at track and field coaching as an athlete, and I've always felt like that was very, very important for me, to have that will and to succeed. And there's a lot of roads you travel on to get there, and I think that they feel like I'm a good fit for them to lead the young men to the future and to build a solid program here for Joplin.
As far as philosophies go, what can we expect? What kind of game do you play as a head coach?
A lot of what I'm doing, Bruce, is I stole from Coach Williams at the University of Kansas, and obviously he's had some pretty good success. He's just won another national title. But I had a lot of opportunities to view up close practices and listen to the type of integrity he taught with, and I've stolen tons of ideas from him. There's other mentors that have been in my life that I've tried to emulate, but the style that we'll play isn't up-tempo like North Carolina. They like to put a lot of points on the board, but they aren't going to win any championships without playing some awfully good defense as well.
Yeah, obviously both sides of the ball are going to be very important. And so, having said that, what are you going to expect from your players? I know here in just a couple hours, actually right after this interview, you're going to go meet with the team. And what are you going to tell them? What do you expect from these guys? What's going to be different? What do you expect from them to get ready throughout the season, before the season? What are they going to have to do?
You know, nothing beats the common denominator of hard work. And I want to think we're going to outwork everybody. Regardless of the talent we have, we'll work harder than everybody else. And I'm hearing a lot of real positive things about the Joplin kids. Right now there's a lot of kids playing basketball in the spring. They're playing it in different venues. What I would like to do, though, is get those kids playing together with each other. And I think that they're scattered in some different areas. So that will be one of the things that I'll tell them, that is, I think it's going to be very important that they do that and that we play together several times this summer. Individually, I'm going to go in and spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm a gym rat, and I'm going to expect them to be in there with me. And you know, if they really want to achieve, if next year's group wants to be very, very successful, we're going to have to go spend a lot of gym time in there shooting the ball and working on fundamentals and weightlifting and carrying on quite a bit of a good attitude about that.
Have you been able to see the team play at all? I don't know, on videotape. Have you seen Joplin play in the last year or two? What do you know about any of these kids?
You know, I had the pleasure of watching Joplin play last year at Chanute, where I live. They've been in the Ralph Miller Classic tournament during the winter, and I sat up in the stands and actually watched 2 games this year. And I know they didn't play with their best score, you know, over at the tournament. It wasn't a total look at that team, but I saw an awfully lot of potential with these young men. I think that if we get a little bit stronger and they'll come together as a family, you know, we're gonna be pretty good, I think, right off the start next year.
Joplin leaves behind 2 assistant coaches, Sean McWilliams, the junior varsity coach, Joel McDuffie, the freshman coach. What can you tell us about your plans as far as assistant coaches go?
You know, I've had the pleasure to meet with Sean so far, and later on in the day when I meet the team, I'll meet both assistants. And you know, I just want them to get on board. We're going to evaluate our staff, and that goes also right down to the middle school. You know, we're going to get everybody doing the same thing, and you know, having the same terminology and the same expectations. But more importantly, from the middle school standpoint, you know, we just want to teach them the fundamentals, and I think the success will come if you do the right things. Success will come. So that's what we're going to do, you know, with the staff.
And you talked, you mentioned the summer briefly just a minute ago, but what are your plans for the summer? You're talking about team camps, leagues. What do you want to do with these kids? Obviously, first-year head coach, it's important to get to know them. They need to get to know you. So how are you going to spend this summer working toward that?
Right. Other than the individual time, and I do think the skill development is so critical. I think that's a part of the game that most kids are missing. Just because you go have activity in a gym doesn't necessarily mean progress. It's how you spend that activity. So we're in the Webb City League right now, and the guys don't probably even know that, all of them right now, but they're going to know that in just a little bit. So we've already enrolled our team in the Webb City League, and then we're going to host a tournament here. You know, if we can get into the gyms at the time, if we're not doing the gym floors, we're going to host a little tournament here in July, and I want to get them together at a couple other tournaments as well. But the main thing, you know, if we're in there playing in the gym, if there'll be a gym rat with me, the progress will come. It'll come this summer, and hopefully by the time the hardwood hits next year, you know, we'll be ready to get after people.
The football team has been so successful under Coach Buckmaster. The basketball program is ready to win. They're ready for something good to happen, and they're ready for some success on the basketball court. Do you get that impression that the people that you talk to are ready for something to happen?
Absolutely. I'm overwhelmed with the joy that people are showing, myself and my family, you know, to come into this community and help getting a basketball program that the community will be proud of, and that's my goal. You know, I want to have fun with these kids too. We talk about the hard work and everything, and it'll be one of our goals next year. We're going to have fun, and winning is fun, but the process is also fun, and the relationships I'm going to have a chance to build with these young men, I hope that will be lasting.
Okay, you're watching Take 10 on JoplinGlobe.com. Again, a partnership between Joplin Schools, Jet 14, and the Joplin Globe. Appreciate Jeff Williams for coming in. Thanks for watching as well. We'll see you next time.